No clever intros this time. I'm Steven Ansens. I collect old PC games, the older the better, and this is the latest pickup from the past several months. That's gonna be my intro. Hey, nice, right? So you would think after the last video that I couldn't find more games that I need. Come on, man. This is gonna be me creating a physical PC game collection in 2022, starting in 2022. It's gonna take a while, even with the wonderful help from the quasi-anonymous donor from last episode. So I have quite a few games here that I want to talk about a little bit, and these I've hunted down over the past, I think, several months, because autumn/winter has come to the northern part of Denmark, and that means a whole lot of rain, a shit ton of wind, and not a lot of daylight. And all of those three things combined make me not want to go out, to be honest. So anyway, I expect thrifting to be to go on a down low up until spring is again with us. But that being said, this is Heroes of Might and Magic 5 Gold Edition, but that's not enough. It's also a French version. And well, first of all, I got it because I'm missing it, and as you well know, big fan of the Heroes series, collecting the Heroes titles. And you know, if you've seen my video about Heroes 5, you know how my opinion of it changed when I played it now, 20 years later. I'm definitely still gonna get it in English and maybe some other languages. Like Heroes, like my favorite series of games, I'm gonna get in as many weird different format clamshells languages as I can. So yay, we got Heroes 5 on the pile. I think I have 3, I have 4 now, I have 5. 2 is the big one. 2 is the one that, yeah, 2. Talking about classics, the classicest of classics, Diablo 2. Was it Throne of Lord of Terror, Lord of Sin, Lord of Destruction? The expansion. The amount of hours, of tens of hours, hundreds of hours most likely, that I spent playing Diablo 2 and Lord of Destruction. I don't know why. I don't know if I can quantify them. I don't know if I can even come close to giving you an exact number, but it's been a lot. Yeah, in my younger years, of course. Obviously, I need to have it. Looking for Diablo 1 especially. Diablo 3 I'll get if I find it, but I'm not that attached. That game wasn't that cool as far as I'm concerned. It was nice, but there was something about the atmosphere and the vibe and the stuff from Diablo, especially Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, that have a particular connection to my gaming history. Now, talking about that, another title that was super important that I played a fuck ton was none other than Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. The reason I played this one is that, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first one that actually came to PC. And boy, did I play the shit out of this one. The way in which I would play it, I would show you, but I don't have... Could I please have a keyboard from the Nether? Thank you, Ghost. So the way in which I would play this, didn't have controllers, of course not. I would use a keyboard, and the color buttons I'd map out to F1, 2, 3, 4, and the strum would just be this. So I would play like this. A lot of this happened back then. So yeah, that's a life hack if anyone still needs a 20-year-old life hack, gamer hack. Something I didn't play, but again, it's a series that it's important for me, is Worms 4 Mayhem. Like I said, I've mentioned this in the prior episodes. Armageddon is the big one and important, but last time I got in the box, I got Worms 2, and this is for Mayhem, and I'm collecting all the worms. I don't wanna get worms. I'm just collecting these worms, and I will cover, at the very least, I'm gonna cover Armageddon at a certain point, maybe next year. I don't know. We'll see what the new year brings. Besides higher bills. This is Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Deluxe Edition. Never played any of these, but I should have, most likely, considering what they're about. I can't tell you why I've never played them. It just didn't happen, but definitely something that I need in my collection. And I got Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 in the big box last time. So, also, the really weird, interesting thing about this version of it is it's a reprint by Mastertronic, which from what I understand and what I read was a UK-based outfit that dealt with budget titles and stuff like that. I don't know, someone else bought them. I think Atari bought them eventually. I'm not sure, but I just found, again, the branding, the format, the jiggy. I found interesting. What we got here is an expansion pack for Hidden and Dangerous. This game, I had never played this game till I tried it for my illegal games video, and this was in the second illegal game CD. And yeah, definitely this would have definitely been a game that I would have enjoyed playing if I could have played it on release. I'm not gonna get into it now because it's, you know, it's cool, but I'm looking, I have different types of expectations for my gameplay experience, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna collect it. Another title I've heard a lot about, and which I should have again probably played, is The Nations, which from what I understand is an RTS / city builder. It's something in the vein of the Settlers Annos, but with maybe a bit more army stuff. Again, I know very little about it. I just know of it, like, reputation wise. So I don't know, maybe at a certain point I'll get the time to check it out. Ooh. Talk about insanely obscure and rare shit I never thought I would ever find. Talk about holy gaming grails. This CD is a double feature. One of the games is Bee Hunter. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't care. What I care about is this one, Hopkins FBI. And woo, Hopkins FBI might require its own video. It's a really cool looking and sounding point and click adventure game that has supremely violent animations, literal animation, cartoons, and the plot itself is insane. The game starts with you as this FBI agent who goes to a bank heist. Shit happens there, and you have to disarm a bomb. Spoilers, you don't. And then the game continues with you in heaven. So that's kind of the basic gist, the basic plot of Hopkins FBI, which, by the way, towards the end turns into a really bad FPS. Yeah, Hopkins FBI will require a deep dive, I think, but I don't have the time for it just now. We'll see what next year has to bring. Ooh, and talk about classics, holy gaming grails that I will definitely have to cover at a certain point. Jack the Lions 2. This one is the gold pack. It has unfinished business on it, and obviously it's a reprint. It's still sealed, and it's from the medallion. It looks pretty cool. You can't really tell the medallion here, but generally it's hard. I don't know how well it shows on camera. If it doesn't show very well, I'll just snap a photo of it because of the golden and the shit. So yeah, Jack the Lions 2 definitely will cover in the future. Now this completes, well, almost completes a series. This is none other than Zeus, the Impressions game, the last remaining major Impressions game that I covered but that I didn't have physically. This is a Nordic version, but it's in this cool golden best Sierra thing, which looks real nice in general. And yeah, okay, it says, yeah, it's a Nordic version, but again, I don't care. I never thought I'd actually see it. So I have Caesar 3, Pharaoh, Zeus, and Emperor now, which is extraordinary as far as I'm concerned. Awesome. I'll also obviously get it in English when I find it, if I find it, or boxed, or whatever the fuck. Loose, who knows, who gives a shit. This is a more recent game. This one's only about 10 years old. It's XCOM Enemy Unknown. Really loved the game when it came out. I played a lot of it. I actually even made a video about it, but this was so long ago. The video is in Romanian and it wouldn't really make a lot of sense anymore because it was about like tips and tricks to play. I released it pretty soon. Like I had finished the game twice, I think, on normal and hard, and I was already playing it on Iron Man version, so I had experimented with it quite a bit. Obviously, I'm interested in finding the OG XCOM because that one has a big footprint in my gaming history as well, but this one wasn't half bad either. Ooh, best of Atari, which is weird because it's gray. It's not the best of Atari, it's not the red clamshell that I like. Patrician 3, Patrician series, really nice, really cool, mostly management and slightly fighty, but not a lot of fighty. Patrician 2 is very important to me. We'll talk about that maybe in the future. I need to cover one of them. We'll see which one. Maybe Patrician 2, because that one I have some extra stuff for that. Something I didn't super expect to find, although I'm happy to, which you wouldn't expect me to play, to have played and finished and loved, is World in Conflict. World in Conflict it's a real-time strategy game. You can tell it's late 80s, early 90s because I remember this to this day. One of the first cutscenes is an American soldier driving in their car, listening to Everybody Wants to Rule the World, great song by the way, on what was then a new portable CD player. And the game wasn't bad either. So definitely have it. Ooh, older classics, Age of Wonders. This is a really cool title that I didn't give it enough time at when I had it initially, because I was probably playing one of the Heroes titles, and for whatever reason what I saw here I didn't like that much and I never looked at it again. I've actually started playing it this past year a little bit here and there. I'm not ready to cover it yet, most likely next year, but this game has quite the cool movement and fight mechanics. The combat is real cool and interesting. Expect this one sometime next year, maybe at the beginning part of next year, I think, because I already have some notes. I need to play some more, but yeah, Age of Wonders, really solid game. Since I was talking about Worms, apparently I also have Worms World Party. I need to check the Worms series because I think there's a Worms 3D maybe I don't have, or I should get, or I'm not sure. So I need to look at all the Worms titles to make sure to fill in the gaps basically. I think the Worms series is gonna be the first one I complete. Not for nothing, but Heroes has like 7 titles by now. Yeah, there's a lot of Heroes titles, Settlers. Oh, and yes, I also have Warcraft, the Frozen Throne. Is the disc in? The disc is in. And we get it also has a tiny menu. Yeah, what can I say about Warcraft 3? Great game, Frozen Throne, great expansion that added a bunch of really cool story stuff. I always enjoyed the hero mechanics in this game. It spawned so many other gaming marking things, Dota obviously, and World of Warcraft. So definitely have to have it. Definitely have to have Warcraft 1 and 2. I played those as well. Those will be way more difficult to track down, let me tell you that. And something that I found unexpectedly, and something that I didn't really play at the time, because again, I wasn't in this mindset anyway, Age of Mythology. I know of it. I think I played it a very little bit at release, but it wasn't vibing with me at the time. I may consider giving it a look-see next year. I don't know. Between this and maybe an Age of Empires, I'll probably go with Age of Empires 1 if I can make that work properly. This was a very interesting find. The last one, I found Civilization 4 Complete. Now, I haven't played, I'm pretty sure I started it maybe, but Civilization wasn't, I wasn't into 4Xs at the time when it released. I remember playing way more Civilization 5 for whatever reason, and I think the reason was that around the release of Civilization 5 I had finally managed to upgrade my computer, so I had a current day capable computer. But of course, collecting the Civilization series, as you may well know from my previous episodes. Anywho, those were 18 games and 1 expansion, so 17 games and 1 expansion, if I'm not mistaken. These were collected over the past few months, and I don't know, we'll see. I'll do my best to go out thrifting if and when weather permits, and if and when mood permits as well, to be honest. That's even more important. I think thrifting is gonna slow down for the winter, but hey, you never know. Anywho, let me know in the comments which one of these games you may or may not have a special connection to, and more importantly, if you'd like me to cover any of them in particular. Just curious to know. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Steve Nonsense. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video.